Good morning, first grade. I hope you all had a wonderful night and are all at home, safe and healthy with your families. I just wanted to say before we got started with math, I loved seeing all your assignments on Seesaw. It was so nice hearing all of your voices and seeing all of your hard work. So please know that I miss you. I'm proud of you and keep up the good work. So before we get started with our math lesson today, we're going to be doing addition to 40. So before we get started, you need to grab crayons, a pencil, and your notebook. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video and I'm going to get my supplies and I want you to go ahead and grab yours. All right, go ahead and open your notebook to the next clean page. So for math today, we're going to go ahead and start with some fluency. Today, we're going to be adding a lot of groups of 10. So our fluency for this morning, we're going to be adding 10. So I'm going to show you the 3 problems I want you to write in your notebook. So I'm going to hold it up for a little bit and I'm going to pause my screen. So go ahead and pause your screen so you can write them down. And when you're ready and have them written down, go ahead and unpause the video. All right, so if we're looking at 3 plus 10, 7 plus 10, and 5 plus 10, okay, is it going to be easier for 3 plus 10 to do 3 plus 10 or 10 plus 3? Okay, remember when we're adding, we can always switch those numbers around because which number is bigger? 10. So for me, I'm just going to do 10 plus 3. So 10, 11, 12, 13. For 7 plus 10, is it going to be easier to add 10 to 7 or 7 to 10? Okay, I know another strategy I can use is I know that if I have 7 ones and one group of 10, all I'm really doing is adding 7 ones. So now that I have 0, it would really just be 17 because look at the number 10, it doesn't have any ones. 5 plus 10. I'm going to just do 10 plus 5 because 10 is the bigger number. So 5 plus 10 is 15. Okay, so thumbs up if you got all the right answers. So we have 3 plus 10 equals 13, 7 plus 10 equals 17, and 5 plus 10 equals 15. So I'm going to go ahead and pause the video. I want you to go ahead and maybe find a new page. You're going to need a lot of space for some of the next problems, okay? All right, so now we're going to go ahead and move on to our word problem. So you do not have to write this down in your notebook, but I just wrote it down so you can see it. So let's go ahead and read it together. Colton made a cube train of 12 cubes. He took some off and now has 4 left. How many did he take off? So I'm going to read it one more time. Colton made a cube train of 12 cubes. He took some off and now has 4 left. How many did he take off? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to underline my important information. Okay, so if I'm looking at my word problem, 12 cubes is very important. I also see that they are using the words left. So if you remember our anchor chart from class, if you see the word left, that might tell you that we're going to be working with subtraction. I also see the number 4, okay? So now they're asking us how many did he take off? So what's the first step that we need to do, okay? If I know that he started with a train of 12 cubes, I'm going to draw a picture to show 12 cubes. So I want you to go ahead and pause the video and I want you to draw a picture of 12 cubes. All right, so Miss Grace actually has 12 cubes, but remember you need to make sure that you're starting with the right answer. So we're going to make sure that we have 12. So let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so remember in our word problem said that he had 4 left. Okay, he started with 12 and he had 4 left. So if we're doing subtraction, okay, and it says that he had 4 left. So at the end, okay, he only had 4. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to break it off of my train. So what I want you to do is, since you don't have cubes, I want you to circle 4 cubes, okay, on your paper. I want you to circle 4 cubes on your paper. So go ahead and pause the video and circle 4 cubes. All right, so in your notebook, your drawing might look something like this. So now Miss Priest has drawn the 12 cubes that Colton started with, and I'm going to circle the 4 because I know that that's how many he ended with. So now if we're doing subtraction, remember the biggest number is going to go first. So how many do I have in all? What's my whole? I have 12. So my first number for my subtraction problem would be 12. Now I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to find the missing parts of the equation. So I want you to try to find the second part. So what's the other number, okay? So you have 4 as one part. That's how many he has left. So that would go over here. So now I want you to pause the video and I want you to try to find out what the other part is, okay? I'm gonna pause my video and do it too. All right, so what I did and went ahead and did on my board was I looked at the cubes that I have left. So remember, you don't want to erase or you don't want to add any more cubes because remember, he has 12, okay? And he ends up with 4. So now our job is to find out how many he took off. So how many do I have left? So if he had this at the end, he must have gotten rid of all of these cubes. So how many cubes is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Is 12 minus 8 equals 4 what you got? Okay, if you wanted to check your work, an easy way to do that would be, is 8 plus 4 12? And yes, it is, okay? Because remember, we're not adding any more cubes. So if I wanted to check my work, I could say, well, here's the 4 that he has left, okay? If I add back all 8 cubes, does he have 12? And the answer is yes. So we came up with 12, take away 8 equals 4. Okay, go ahead and I want you to flip to a new page because we're going to start adding with numbers up to 40. All right, so what I want you to do now is I want you to take your notebook to the next clean page. You're going to put it hot dog style. If you notice, the spine of your notebook is facing up, and just take a pencil and go ahead and just draw a line down the middle so you have 2 equal sides. So go ahead and pause the video and do that. All right, so I went ahead and did it on my whiteboard, so it should look like this. So here's what I want you to do. On this side, I want you to write 4 plus 2 equals. Okay, so we're going to start off real simple. So go ahead and pause the screen and just quickly write 4 plus 2. All right, so if you did that quickly, what is 4 plus 2? Okay, 4, 5, 6. So I'm just going to write my answer as 6. So now here's what I want you to do. For this side, we're going to be drawing our numbers, okay? So it's important that you're using different color crayons. So here's what I want you to do. For 4 plus 2, we're just working with 6 right now, okay? So we're not drawing 4 plus 2, we're just drawing 6. So look at the number 6. Do you see any groups of 10 there? No. So what you're going to do is I want you to grab, okay, I want you to grab one color marker. Now mine are all going to be in black. I want you to just draw 6 groups of 1. So go ahead and pause your video. Remember, you're going to draw it on this blank side. This is going to be for our equations, and this is for our drawing. So go ahead and pause the video and just draw 6 ones. All right, so I went ahead and drew my 6 ones. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So at this point, if your board does not match mine, okay, it doesn't have to be in the same exact spots as mine, but if you did not draw 6 ones, make sure to pause the video and fix it before you move on. So now we're going to keep going. So we have 4 plus 2 equals 6. So now here's my question. If I said 14 plus 2. Okay, 14 plus 2. I want you to go ahead and pause the video, and on the right side, I just want you to write 14 plus 2. Once you have that, go ahead and unpause your video. All right, so at this point, your video should look like mine. So if you're looking at this, 14 plus 2 looks a lot like 4 plus 2. So what do you think the difference is? Go ahead and take a minute to think about that. So I'm looking and I see If I cover up this 1, it's the same exact problem. But Miss Paris, the question is, are you adding 1 or is this 1 in a 10 spot? So if that 1 is in the 10 spot, how many groups of 10 do I have? 1. So if you're looking here, the difference is between 14 plus 10, or 14 plus 2, is you're just adding a group of 10. Because look here, 14. Okay, I have 1 group of 10. Okay, I don't need to add 4 and 2 again, because remember, I already did that for my first problem. So all I'm going to do now is you're going to take the same color marker. Now mine are all going to be black because I only have 1 marker. You're going to take the same color that you drew your 1s in, and you're just going to add a group of 10. Because if you're looking at the difference between 4 plus 2 and 14 plus 2, the difference is a group of 10. Okay? So I'm going to have you pause the video and make sure your board matches mine. So now if you're looking at our board, now we're able to count and we're able to find our answer or sum. So I have 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So now I know that 14 plus 2 is 16. And if you look at my answers, how are those numbers changing? Okay, I still have a 6 in the 1's place and a 1 in the 10's place. So all that happened was you added a group of 10, which is exactly what we did. So now our next problem is going to be 24 plus 2 equals. Okay, 24 plus 2 equals. So I want you to go ahead and if you need to, pause the video to write it down. So if I'm looking at 14 plus 2 equals 16 and 24 plus 2, how is 14 different from 2? Okay, look at the 10's place again. How is that number changing? Okay, I have 1 in the 10's place here and a 2 in the 1's place. So if I have the number 1, okay, how many am I adding to get to 2? 1. I just added 1 more. 1, 2. Okay, so now for our drawing, what do you think we're going to do? Now be careful because you're not going to add 2 more groups of 10. Okay, because remember we just said to go from 1 to 2, you're only adding 1. Look at the 10's place. It only went up by 1. So I'm going to add another group of 10. Okay, so now I have 10, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26. So our answer is 26. Okay, look at the pattern. Okay, let me actually rewrite my 6 so it makes a little bit more sense. Okay, so if you're looking, the 6's are staying the same. They're all in the 1's place. Okay, my 10's place is the only thing that's changing. It's going up by 1 every time I add a group of 10. So what if Miss Paris said 34 plus 2? So what do you think 34 plus 2 would be? I want you to go ahead and pause the screen and show me what you think you would do for your drawing. If you want to challenge yourself and try to answer it, go ahead. All right, so remember, we're not adding 3 more groups of 10 because if you see, we already did 24 plus 2. That was the last problem we did. So if you're looking at Miss Paris's board, you see that I added another group of 10. So now I have 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, okay? And if you're doing 34 plus 2, 34, 35, 36, okay? All I did was add a group of 10. So why did I add a group of 10? From 2 to 3, you only add 1, okay? But remember, it's in the 10's place. So it's not 1, it's a group of 10. Okay, so it's really important that you're paying attention to where the number is. Is it in the 10's place or is it in the 1's place? So right now your board should match mine. okay? So now here's what I want you to do. I want you to go ahead and erase your board. Well, don't erase your board, but go ahead and maybe grab another piece of paper, flip over to the next page, and now we're going to try another one, but we're not going to start at 4 plus 2 this time, okay? We're going to start with a bigger number in the tens place. So go ahead and flip to another piece of paper. Okay, on your new sheet of paper, I want you to once again split the paper in half, okay? Because one side's gonna be for drawing and one side's gonna be for the equation. So now, this time I want you to write the number 34 plus 4. 34 plus 4. And what I'm going to do on mine is I'm going to label each number. And I'm going to either put a T at the top for tens or an O on the top for ones, because this is going to help me be able to draw my number. So go ahead and I want you to pause your video and label the numbers 34 and 4. So if we look at 34 first, my 3's in the tens place and my 4's in the ones place. And then if I'm looking at the number 4, I don't have any tens, I just have ones. So I just put an O on top of the 4. So now we're going to go ahead and we're going to draw, okay? So I'm going to look at my ones place first. So I have 4 ones in 34 and 4 ones in 4. So I need to add those together so I can draw them. So what's 4 plus 4? 8. Okay, so go ahead and I want you to pause it and draw 8 ones on this side. Okay, so I went ahead and I drew my 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so I'm all done with my ones. Now I need to look at my tens. And I have 3 tens. Now be careful. Remember, it's in the tens place, so they're groups of 10. So I'm going to draw how many? 3. So 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to label them so I remember how to count them. So 10, 20, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38. So 34 plus 4 is 38. Okay, so now what's going to happen is Miss Paris is going to post your problem set on Seesaw. I'm so proud of you guys. I can't wait to see all your work. You guys have been doing such an amazing job. Don't forget to read my comments on Seesaw. I've been responding to all your amazing work. I hope you guys have a great day, and don't forget to say thank you to whoever's helping you at home. They're trying really, really hard to help you to continue to learn while you're not in school, okay? I'll see you for our writing lesson shortly. Bye, guys.